I knew something was wrong the moment HR called me in. Not because of the meeting, but because of the way everyone looked at me. People who used to say good morning suddenly avoided eye contact. My manager wouldn't even stand near me, and when I stepped into the conference room, the laptop was already open. My boss turned the screen toward me. "Explain this." The video started playing, and I watched myself confess. I watched my face, my voice, my exact voice, admitting to leaking confidential company data, admitting I had been selling information to a competitor for months. The video even showed screenshots, files, emails, bank transfers, everything, except I had never done any of it. I looked up at them. "That's fake." No one spoke. Then HR quietly said something I'll never forget. The forensic team already checked it. They said the video passed every verification test. No editing artifacts, no voice synthesis distortion, no metadata inconsistencies. It looked completely authentic. Too authentic. The worst part? Even I started doubting myself, because the video showed things I couldn't explain. Private files, internal meetings, passwords I had used months ago. Things only I should have known. My boss leaned forward. "You're not in trouble if you just admit it." That's when I realized something terrifying. They weren't investigating. They had already decided. The meeting wasn't about truth, it was about getting me to confess. I refused. Over and over. "I didn't do this. I didn't make that video. That's not real."
Tell me why. Why did you?
But the more I denied it, the more convinced they became. Because every time the video played, it looked real. Too real. Even my hesitation, even my breathing. Every tiny movement looked exactly like me. 3 days later, I was fired. Security escorted me out of the building like a criminal. My coworkers watched from their desks. Some of them looked angry, some looked disappointed, but none of them looked surprised, because they had already seen the video. The deepfake had gone viral inside the company. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part happened 2 weeks later, when the police contacted me. They weren't investigating the leak. They were investigating me. Because the competitor company, the one I supposedly sold data to, had confirmed something. They had received files, real files, from an anonymous source. And those files contained my login credentials. That night I couldn't sleep, so I watched the video again, frame by frame. Something about it bothered me. Not the face, not the voice, something else. Then I noticed it. In the reflection of the monitor behind me, there was a timestamp, a system clock. The video showed me confessing at 3:12 a.m. in the office, but the office cameras shut down after midnight. No one can enter without badge access. So I checked the security logs. I shouldn't have had access anymore, but an old friend from IT still worked there. He pulled the entry records, and what we found made my stomach drop. Someone did enter the office at 3:12 a.m. using my badge, except my badge was still in my wallet, right beside me. Then my friend sent me one more file, a camera recording, not from the office, from the hallway outside. And when I watched it, I stopped breathing. Because the person walking into the office looked exactly like me. Same height, same walk, same jacket, same face. But the scariest part wasn't the disguise. It wasn't the stolen badge. It wasn't even the deepfake. It was the last thing my friend said before hanging up. He sounded nervous, like he had just realized something he shouldn't have. He said, "I checked the server logs. Your account uploaded the deepfake video 3 days before the meeting. 3 days. Before anyone showed it to me. Before HR called me. Before the investigation even started. Which means only one thing makes sense. Someone didn't create the deepfake to frame me. They created it because they already knew what I was going to say, and somehow they uploaded it before I ever recorded it."